Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever edition of the Lemon Jelly podcast.
Yes.
Lemon jelly.
I told you not to, you still did it anyways.
We'll leave that in.
Why not?
Yeah, leave that in. I can't even, you're the one editing the audio for this one instead of me, so, who am I to judge? Anyway.
Hello there, United States government.
So, hello, my name is Jamo. Let's just go down the line. Blue, you go next.
Lewis.
I'm Blue. And I believe that.
No, wait, which order we do? Just go ahead.
I said Blue, so Blue's next.
I am Blue Show, and yes. Welcome to the new Selfish. And Lewis.
I'm Lewis Does Everything, and I'm clinically insane according to Red.
And welcome to the report to the better to
Red.
Yes.
I like Red's the one clinically insane, but
yeah. Welcome to the best pod. This podcast is going to be way fucking better than the college.
DM.
guaranteed your money back.
Yes. This is a replacement of the college, and it's gonna go way more smoother than the cottage because the cat went through. Unless we go on to a huge 2-year hiatus.
Yeah, no, that's not happening, Blue Shell.
Yes. Let's throw that hiatus in the trash. I hope Loki animates this section.
He will probably some sort of thing. Maybe we'll have just an animated section, best bits animated or something like Cortex, but that's for later. For now,
Joker out of context.
yes. Anyway, we have a list of things to get to. So let's just jump. Firstly, explanation of what the fuck this podcast is.
It's
You
simple.
need to give an explanation.
It's simple. We just do shit.
Yeah, the explanation is there is no explanation.
Yes, we just do shit.
Exactly.
We just
So
do
this is
shit.
going to be most episodes are just going to be we talk and we have fun. We're just talking normally. It's not like we're even being recorded. Hello, Craig. But
Hi, Craig. You're my favourite.
Oh my god, it's Craig! No way!
Craig, secret fourth member of the Lemon Jelly podcast.
All right, Craig, yeah, mate.
So yeah, there's that, and then there's also every now and then, every couple of weeks, we'll have a new just like sort of like weird game thing. Like I'm already planning something for episode 2. I think Lewis probably has at least 5 things ready.
I have 20 actually.
Maybe he has the thing ready for today. We don't know. Because 4 of them are jealous. Where are they? We don't know.
I got bored, okay?
You guys will figure out what the hell that means next week or next 2 weeks. I'm debating if we want to make this a weekly series or a bi-weekly series.
I think it's better bi-weekly.
Yeah, and by bi-weekly we mean 1 episode every 2 weeks, not 2 episodes every 1 week, because that would be a fucking nightmare.
That would be utter chaos.
Yeah.
And plus, I am desperately ill-prepared for the idea I have. But
I don't even know what it is, by the way. Blue doesn't either.
Yeah.
No, who knows? Probably. I've talked enough about it that you guys would probably at least remember.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think I'm not totally doing foreshadowing.
You are doing foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing is a literary device.
This just sounds like we're about to jump into a Dungeons and Dragons campaign for some reason.
But Dungeon. So, was a little background. My situation with podcasts.
Eventually, we'll do some sort of like Dungeons and Dragons episode one day where we just make our own.
Ain't no way.
Wait, that's actually good. Oh my god, you just. Oh, okay. I'm gonna.
Like,
This is what happens, chat. This is what chat.
Chat. You're too used to
Sorry.
this. You're too used to this being a live podcast, huh?
Yeah, so chat, how are you doing this afternoon? Woo, clap my hands.
It's not even afternoon, it's the evening at 6 p.m.
Hello, it's 6 p.m. and welcome to channel.
Good morning.
What's up on the national market? Okay. Okay.
The chaos got away from us there.
Yeah.
That's what this is gonna be like. It's gonna be like that, and we're just maybe for these talking episodes. Although we do have our like
We might.
we do have our like list of things we want to talk about, but it's mainly just gonna be I or someone else explains what's about to be talked about, and then we just go into a free-flowing discussion. We could just immediately go off track and go on a tangent about something else. So be
And
involved.
if I ever decide to talk about the B movie, you have my authority to shut me up immediately.
Gotcha. So
Yes. So does that give me the authority to send you to the green every time you start talking about it?
Anyways, guys, I couldn't even go through with it.
I guess that's a no.
so enough dabbling. Enough around. Let's get to our first proper discussion, which is the F1 driver market, because we thought it was done, and then Red Bull finally did what they were planning to do for like a month now, and then that caused the bane of my existence.
Yes. So let's start off with a phrase. Fred, my tires are gone.
My tires are gone.
So yeah, the big surprise. Everybody knows that by now. It's all pretty much.
It's not Fred, because you know, Fred is the team principal.
Yes.
He always said his tires were gone to Bono, his race engineer.
Okay.
And
Who was Carlos?
Carlos's race engineer is Ricky. So it's Ricky, my tires are gone.
Yeah. Ricky. Oh no, Ricky, my tires are gone. Yes. Lewis Hamilton said Ferrari. It's old news, pretty much.
Yeah, that was announced in February. Which
is quite a few months ago.
We already knew at that point, because like we knew we were in for a bumper silly season, which, to be fair, we did deserve after getting actual no silly season whatsoever in 2023.
Yeah, and then
legally, I wish I could play the Dutch national anthem right now to explain our frustration. However, I can legally not.
Yes. So, yeah. So Lewis Hamilton's Ferrari, and then the next one was, what was it? It was.
And then the next day, Kimi Antonelli.
Kimi Antonelli. Yeah.
No, you've missed one.
Wait, we've missed. Yeah.
Yeah, before Antonelli. Okay, next one was Hulkenberg to Sauber.
Yes.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, next one was Hulkenberg to Sauber and Sauber. Guys,
guess what? Audi Sauber.
It's my favorite team.
So yeah, Nico.
One team kill Sauber.
So yeah, Nico is Sauber, also old news, and then afterwards that was when.
Yeah, well, what we're doing right now is we're kind of just going through like what happened in the driver market up to like now, because all the seats are settled basically. So we're just going through whatever happened, and then next was, I think it was the Haas. One of the Haas drivers got.
Yeah, it was. Was it Ocon?
Okay, I think what happened was after Monaco, Ocon was dropped by Alpine, and then a couple races later, he got announced to be at Haas, replacing.
So I think during that meantime, they actually lost Ben.
And an event that would later come to be known as the Ocononing, foreshadowing yet once more.
The Ocononing
will come soon.
We'll talk about it. So
we'll get to it. We'll get to it when we get to Oliver Behrman.
It's Oliver Behrman.
Yeah.
I do need to talk about Oliver Behrman because there was a little bit of a mid-season shake-up. Oliver Behrman ended up deputizing 3 times, becoming the true super sub of the season.
Yeah.
That at Nico Hulkenberg.
The first time was for Carlos Sainz getting his appendix removed. The second time was for
Time out,
was-
actually.
And
And
Magnussen and being a literal idiot throughout the season, getting 12 points. The first time someone had been banned from an F1 race since Romain Grosjean in 2012.
and time out,
Jesus Christ.
I actually have to mention, Bamman scored points on debut.
But let's be fair, he
It was a
wasn't
Ferrari.
third.
In fact, Behrman is actually the first ever driver in Formula One's history to score points for 2 constructors in his first 2 races.
Now,
Wow.
if it wasn't for Sao Paulo, if it wasn't for Sao Paulo, he would also be the only driver this season to have an 100% points rate.
Oh, Sao Paulo is an absolute no.
Oh, let's talk about Gasly.
Let's go back on track.
Yeah. So then,
where was I? The super sub thing. So he scored points in Ferrari, the third or second fastest car. I feel like him scoring points in a Haas is definitely more of a notable thing, even though he did kind of get lucky.
yeah. So
He was
I guess,
in, what was it? He was running in 12th on the final lap, and then Perez and Sainz hit each other on the final lap, and then that promoted him up to 10th. Or was it he was in? Or was it Colapinto in 10th? I don't remember.
oh yeah, we need to talk about the changes as well.
Hang on. It wasn't Colapinto in 10th, but was it? It was Behrman.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Lewis, you have been awkwardly quiet this entire time. Are you Googling?
No. I'm not Googling right now, but I will.
Either way, he was out of the points before Perez and Sainz crashed. He got in the points, even though he did have a bit of luck. But to be fair,
Yeah.
that's racing.
Oh boy, we're gonna have to. Okay.
So Colapinto 8th, Behrman 10th.
Ah, yes, I see.
With
Yeah,
a Lewis Hamilton in between the both of them.
Yeah.
Lewis got beaten by Franco
And
Colapinto.
just say who won that race.
And the winner of that race was Oscar.
Oscar Piastri.
I've heard Oscar pastry, but I've never heard Oscar.
Oscar.
It's like an OSHA, the building regulations people.
Oscar, that constructor from Italy that participated in Formula One in the 1950s or some shit like that.
I'm sorry, what?
Osella? Was it Osella you're talking about there?
Osella!
No.
Was
I
it
believe
Osella?
there was one that was called. Hang on.
Has to be.
It has to be Osella, the legendary people. They call the car the Osella fail.
Hang on.
The Osella fail.
Guys, check the GC.
Oh boy, what if you send me? Merry Christmas.
Oh, Fratelli Maserati Bologna.
I love it. I actually did go to Bologna. It's a beautiful place.
I've never been outside of the country of Ireland. So no.
Fun fact, you have received plane tickets to come to the United Kingdom.
Oh, no, that's worse.
Let's talk about. Okay, that could be one thing that we could talk about. Let's get back on track. Why not?
Yeah, let's get back on track. Right, what was next? It was
So we went on Ocon.
I think next was Behrman going to Haas because
Yeah.
his Ferrari debut was good enough to show like
They immediately. I think they
he
immediately.
was fighting with Lewis Hamilton. Like, wasn't he? He was fighting with Lewis Hamilton. Like that's good enough to show like he's a good driver.
Yeah.
If you can fight with Lewis Hamilton, you are Lewis Hamilton.
But if you beat Lewis Hamilton in equal machinery, you're Nico Rosberg.
Correct.
Or George Russell.
Yeah. Fair. But anyway, after that was the mid-season chaos.
With Kimi Antonelli going to Mercedes.
No,
Which-
before that, it was before Italy. Williams did their funny driver swap that complicated the entire market.
And the season.
Yes, after the Dutch Grand Prix, they dropped Sargent in favour of Franco.
Which, rest in peace, Kilometer Man, you will be missed. But also, it was kind of expected. I mean, like, he was consistently labelled the number 2 driver because when Albon crashed in Australia, they gave him Sargent's car, which was literally it was probably one of the funniest commentator moments I've ever heard in history of history. Was Alex Jakes doing I think it was qualifying, happy birthday to Alex Albon and his present, Logan Sargent's car.
Show that on screen.
So yeah, and
I think that's the best birthday present you could ever get.
Yeah.
your teammate's car.
Yeah.
Yes, happy birthday, Albon.
We totally didn't. We totally didn't yell at Colin Pinto for this, but
Yeah. Other than having Orlando sing "Happy Birthday" to your mom on your mom's birthday. I mean,
moving on.
you can on track.
So yeah, he had been involved in a lot of wrecks. He was involved in one in Japan. He was involved in one in the Netherlands, which kind of prompted it. So he got replaced by Franco Colapinto, who was doing quite well in F2. He was around, wasn't it 6th or something at the time?
Yeah.
So yeah, he was in 6th place in F2. So he was still kind of in an outside chance of the championship. Not anymore.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. And then, is it time?
I think next was.
I think it was someone else announced.
I think it was Doom got announced. No, actually.
No.
Italy FP1, where Antonelli was in the car, died, crashed the car, and his reward for crashing the car, getting the seat that Lewis Hamilton vacated.
What? Which Lewis doesn't understand.
I don't understand why that was the time they were like, oh yeah, we should definitely assign this guy. But
he crashed our car. Welcome to Mercedes, kids. all we need to know, you sound like Kimi Räikkönen. Your name sounds like Kimi Räikkönen. You have Kimi's name. Get in the car.
That's all we need to. But to be fair, if he has that much, to be fair now, he is probably in a good caliber to be good in F1 because he skipped F3, went straight to F2, then was on the pace in F2. If you're on the pace in F2 after skipping F3, you're some good shit.
Yeah.
Yes, and you're not Lance Strolovich.
Oh. After this, I want to talk about the theory, okay?
Do you want to? Oh no. Anyway, so then
the theory.
Hang on.
After Antonelli, then was Doohin, wasn't it?
I believe so.
I believe it was Doohin sometime in between the VCAR mess and Antonelli. There was Doohin being announced to replace Ocon at Alpine for 2025. Let me specify that for 2025. We'll come back to this later.
Yeah. And then, was it Sainz announced at Williams?
It was probably Sainz announced at Williams. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I think it was Sainz and then Doohin.
Yeah, Sainz and then Doohin. Yeah, I completely forgot about that at Williams.
Sainz left Ferrari.
I mean, there wasn't really that many good spots. Unfortunately, Red Bull's seat was technically taken, so he didn't really have any top seats to go to because Mercedes was full, Red Bull was quote-unquote full, Ferrari, that was where he was been ousted. So he had to go to a back marker team, and Williams was the only one with a free seat, even though it could have got better to go to Colapinto, but Sainz was definitely a good driver. He's won races in a Ferrari.
So
I mean, Williams in their past have definitely been a good constructor for World Championships, but
yeah.
Right. A bit of a nosedive, but
Give me a moment.
the regulation could shake things up again, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Anyway, next up.
Remember, hang on. Before we move on, I still want to say one thing. Hallelujah. Remember the quote that James Val said?
What was the quote?
Oh, I don't remember if it was Val's or someone else. Like, let's just make a shit car for 2025 so we can have an advantage in 2020.
Oh yeah, that's right.
didn't he say he wanted to wreck everything?
Yeah.
The last year, I mean, what did they have to lose? The last year under the regulations, what do they have to lose?
I mean, to be fair, right, most of the teams aren't doing any upgrades, so it's pretty much going to be 2024 Part 2.
Which means we're going in for a good season, but regardless, let's
Now,
talk about the other mid-season driver swap, and I'm still not entirely sure how this happened because I'm confused about.
are you talking about Bortoletto?
No, not Bortoletto. No, I'm talking about VCarb. Did you
So
forget?
Daniel left and was replaced by Lee.
Daniel was even in the seat then. Did you forget that or something? Because
Daniel and then Liam went in.
yeah,
did we do that?
it was Daniel.
Oh.
Then
Go on. So what happened?
oh yeah, it was like I'm just asking. Did you forget about the VCarb swap or something? Because you just weren't mentioning it at all.
Oh yeah. Thank you for reminding me of that. So yeah.
So yeah, Daniel.
It's sad. It's sad.
Confused. I like even though I never really showed it at the time, I was very confused on like why now. Like, I understand he's kind of like bad, but like, why now? This seemed kind of like sudden for me. I wasn't really expecting it at all.
Yeah, well, it's like.
I mean, we know he was underperforming, but was it really that bad to warrant a driver change after the mid-season?
After that announcement, I think Daniel announced he was retiring, actually.
Retiring.
I don't think he's said if he's retiring or not. Like,
It's just like
I still don't know.
Yeah.
Right now, we can't really guess. Everything is hung in the balance.
He's very cryptic about things. But regardless.
Yeah, he said, thank you, Formula One, for this time, for all these years and stuff. So, yeah, that's why I'm assuming that. Anyways, so, we're all confused about our racing boats, but we'll get to RB and Red Bull in a few moments.
Yes, next up was
Because it gets even more insane.
say it that way. Anyway, we completely forgot to mention Liam Lawson was the replacement. We were talking about how Daniel was just swept out. But yeah, Liam, he obviously was Red Bull's like reserve for like I don't even know how long at this rate. Because he was in literally because he was already in there beforehand. He back in 2023 when Ricciardo broke his wrist in an accident in the Dutch Grand Prix. He died.
Yeah.
He's had quite a few race entries under his belt.
So yeah, but we'll get to the race entries in a minute because the race entries amount is relevant to another thing I want to discuss, but we'll get to that soon enough.
Soon enough.
Soon enough, we'll talk about Red Bull. Well, no, I just mentioned like Bortoletto going to Sauber. Honestly,
Yeah. What? I think there was something else before Bortoletto. What was there? I don't remember.
let me have a quick look. It might be Doohan. Actually, I think afterwards it was Doohan.
Doohan? Oh God, we were completely wrong about when Doohan was announced. Oopsie.
Doohan. I think Doohan was announced then.
So Doohan was announced after Singapore. That makes sense. Anyway,
no. Here's the thing. We'll talk about Doohan also in a moment because it gets
but let's back to what we've been neglecting to talk about. Bortoletto. Now, at the time he was signed, at the time he was signed, he was not he was not F2 champion. Now he is F2 champion, but
Yes.
he was F2 champion when he got signed. But he was in the fight for it.
F3 champion in his rookie year, F2 champion in his rookie year.
So Lewis was saying a couple of days ago he had the feeling that even though he'd be in what was the worst car this season, Bortoletto would win the championship.
Yeah.
And that's without any Daniel Kvyat, Max Verstappen BS where he gets swapped to a better team, wins races and wins the championship. He flat out denied that was part of his theory.
Oh.
He said no. I don't think no.
Okay. He said that McLaren will win the constructors. That's very feasible, actually. That's actually.
Well, but to be fair, it's kind of just a three-way race between McLaren, Ferrari, and Max Verstappen.
Oh, we're gonna talk about.
No shade to Lawson. I bet he's a good driver, but like.
We'll talk about.
I'm sorry, but we have to talk about this now. The Red Bull move.
No, wait. Can I just talk about?
We're done with the main driver source. We just need to mention one more thing. Remember when I said Jack Doohan was to race in Alpine in 2025?
Oh, let's talk about that now. So Ocon was dropped before Abu Dhabi because of Haas. He had to do the preseason test at Haas for 2025.
Objection, that is baloney because Sainz did his post-season test for Williams. Hamilton did his post-season test for Ferrari. So what I presume happened was they misprinted the contract document, which meant he was out of a contract from the end of the year and not the end.
Objection, Your Honour. About Lewis Hamilton, he did not do the preseason test for Ferrari. He did it for Mercedes because he was still under contract till December the 31st.
Really?
I rest my case.
5 homicide reason. Mate, it's got the Ross reference. Anyway,
Throw the proof to the court.
Sainz did his postseason test for Williams. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways, Red Bull is doing something that is called losing brain cells in a huge quantity. So after Abu Dhabi.
okay. I think this requires a bit more context than what you're giving.
Yes. So it's Abu Dhabi. It ended the season.
It's not Abu Dhabi. It's in fact when Perez in Red Bull got his contract renewed.
Yes.
Everybody was like, why?
Yeah. Contract renewed.
And then Red Bull said, we have trust in him. We believe he'll do better.
Yeah.
He did not do better.
What? Renewed 2026.
God, Blue, I understand. Please.
You understood for
You can't.
And then.
But yeah, I believe I heard about this in some places. I'm not sure if it's entirely true, but I believe there was some sort of performance clause in that contract, which meant in order to actually drive, you need to do good enough in this year in order for this contract to be fully available. He didn't do well enough.
So, Marco did a little ripping of the papers and Perez was out of F1 for 2025.
Was it Marco? It was more so Horner. Marco's more so like managing the entire
Collective.
So it's like
Yeah.
Marco didn't oust Perez. It was more so Horner.
Christian Horner.
Okay. Let me pose the question. So who was going to replace Perez? A. Tsunoda. B. Ricciardo. C. Lawson. D. Bottas.
E.
Any one of the drivers.
E. Alexander. It was C. It was C.
It was C.
I don't understand. First of all, why would you put William Lawson in a fucking Red Bull seat?
Okay.
Calm down, Blue Shell. Let's explain this in a rational manner.
Stop being scared. Blue, I got this. Don't worry. Let me cook.
Okay. Thank you.
Let my man cook.
So let's look at their options within the junior teams as well as driver academies. There was basically only 3 choices. Hajar, who had enough super license points and was competing with Bortoletto for the FT Championship. Yuki, who's in VCarb, and Lawson, who's also in VCarb. Ricardo, who's technically still under contract. He's yeah. So those are the 4. Ricardo is out. He obviously kind of didn't want to go in anymore. Hajar was out because he didn't really have enough experience. So that just left the VCarb drivers of Yuki and Lawson.
And
here's the problem when it comes. Here's the problem. Yuki isn't necessarily a member of the Red Bull team. He's more a message from Honda because they were obviously engine suppliers before they left, and now they're coming back because they really do not know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that's upsetting me. Yuki Tsunoda did the post-season test in a Red Bull car, the Red Bull itself, as a favour to Honda. Yuki was quoted saying it fit his driving style, but then they decide, no. Hello, Liam Lawson. Come on in.
Yeah.
And how many years has Tsunoda been at AlphaTauri? How many?
4.
All his years in the Formula 1, by the way. 4!
He's spent 4 years. He's proven himself capable enough of getting points.
But
and yet you say, no.
I'll tell you why. I don't agree with this position, but I understand why they've done this decision. It's because they're not really, quote-unquote, friends with Honda anymore. They're kind of just living with each other until Ford come in 2026. They're kind of
like getting a divorce, but you can't find a house.
Yes.
It's like getting a divorce, but the divorce has been like dated until like a ginormous amount, so you two just kind of have to live together until then.
Yeah. Until January 1st.
And if you somehow manage to...
When Aston Martin decides, hey, let's go. Get into the AMR 25.
So, anyway, I do not know how much leverage Honda over Aston Martin in 2026, but either way,
we'll talk about it later.
We'll
but then, it gets more.
Yeah, so...
There's more.
Lewis, you brought up the point of the post-season test. I don't think it was more so because of that. I think it was more so to appease Honda.
Yeah,
because right now, in their powertrains divisions, most of the employees are Honda employees. They're Honda employees from Honda's from Honda's failed attempt to come back from 2015. Those are the employees. They were saved from the job by Red Bull basically saying, you know what, after 2021 we leave, we'll take all your assets, we'll move them over to Milton Keynes and we'll do a home-based powertrains division there.
Yeah.
Which is now going to be partnered by Ford!
Yes, but most of the employees there are still Honda employees. They were employed by Honda for their engine projects. So... in order to appease...
Wait a sec, how's this going to work then? Are those employees going to go to Aston Martin after 2025? Or are they going to stay at Red Bull and now work under Ford?
Honestly, it's their choice, to be completely honest. I'm not a worker at Red Bull Powertrains. I wouldn't know what it's like.
Yeah. So, but then it gets even worse. See, then RB, Racing Bull, became...
I'm not done!
But there's more!
He's not done.
I'm not done with my Honda RBPT rant. But so yeah, basically that's why they put Yuki in the car for the post-season test. It was to appease Honda, appease the employees, just make sure they aren't too mad when Lawson gets the seat instead of Perez and Tsunoda.
Alright, here's here's the thing.
And you know what? Things happen. And there's nothing we can do except just watch as Red Bull goes from one of the greatest teams to a backmarker. Just like Renault.
That's a bit too extreme.
Yeah, no, they'll probably still be around the top 10, but
All because
who
of
knows
that.
what's going to happen?
Probably all because of that.
Without Adrian Newey, what are
We're not.
Yeah, but
We're not discounting Lawson here. Lawson could put in a good drive, but we don't know yet without the definitive results.
but we have to talk about a change.
Here's something you said we were going to mention. If you don't count Vince Antonio Liuzzi, who got his debut at Red Bull in 2005 after he showed himself in Formula 3000. If you don't count that... Sorry, I lost my train of thought. If you don't count that, Lawson has the least starts before becoming a Red Bull driver, even beating out Alex Albon, who was promoted in his rookie season.
Oh,
to replace
Can we talk about how it gets worse?
It kind of feels weird that Albon used to be a Red Bull driver. That just doesn't seem right in my head.
Does it seem right?
That's because you weren't looking in F1 at the time of him being a Red Bull driver.
We were watching.
Started following it in 2020. Back then, Albon was in the Red Bull seats.
Yes. But, Lewis, does it feel weird to you that Albon drove in DTM for AlphaTauri?
What?
In 2021.
That, my friends, is the first appearance of George Russell's What at the 2024 United States Grand Prix on the Jelly podcast. And it most certainly will not be the last.
What? That's the second one. That's the third one. Got a walk counter down here.
Mate, if we ever turn this into a video, it's probably gonna have a what counter just constantly on the screen now. Like, hey, how many times did they say the number of what?
That's already 4 hours.
6 times did they say the number of what? I don't think that makes sense.
Hello, Editor Lewis. You probably hate me now.
Okay.
I bet he's covering the screen and I bet the fuck. I am going to murder the next queen of Brazil. What?
Can we go back on track?
Alright.
Go back.
I'm done with my rant, so we're finally going to talk about Hajar.
Yeah. You had two choices, right? Arby had two choices, in my opinion. Hajar or Colapinto.
Colapinto, let's disappear.
Exactly. So that was Hajar. Mainly because Hajar is a member of the junior team, and since he did perform like P2, P2 and F2,
Can I just say something about the Red Bull Junior Academy? Because of what Christian Horner and the collective people that support Christian Horner have said, they're basically saying that F2 and F3 is redundant. So by extension, they're saying their academy is redundant.
Contradictions.
I wouldn't say so exactly. I think what they were mainly saying was F2 and F3 isn't a good showcase of talent.
Correct.
Let me remind you that most of the people that they're grabbing from Formula Regional, Formula 4, or even karting sometimes. There's a couple of times in driver academies where they pick someone just in karting. Or it's one of their mandatory back drives in F1 Academy, because those are technically part of their junior team.
Right.
So yeah.
And Red Bull do have two of them, because both Red Bull and RB have to sponsor a driver, even though if this year in F1 Academy they just supported the fucking like sisters.
Don't forget Red Bull Ford.
Yes, Red Bull Ford as well. And Red Bull sponsored a driver as well. Although, yeah.
It was
sponsored by Heinz Ketchup.
It was Amda Okubaisi was sponsored by Red Bull.
and then her sister was sponsored by RB.
Anna, yeah. So yeah, that's the F1 driver market. We have to mention that Adrian Newey moved to Aston Martin, though.
Valtteri Bottas went from a full-time drive to a part-time drive. He's back in Mercedes as reserve driver.
Yes.
Ah, yes, Mercedes.
Who wants to kill George Russell so Bottas gets a seat?
I do.
Yeah.
That's the glory days of Mercedes, though.
Yeah. And to finish it off, Kevin Magnussen is now going to drive for BMW in endurance, I believe.
Yeah, they didn't say whether it's either IMSA or WEC, but endurance.
If it's WEC, then he gets the 24 hours of Le Mans.
Fair, but there's also the 24 hours of Daytona in IMSA. So
IMSA, yeah.
Yeah, which both of them are pretty legendary races, but one of them's a part of the Triple Crown, the other is not.
Yeah. So now,
you can't really judge the Triple Crown for quality when the Monaco Grand Prix is there.
True.
yeah.
I wish they would pick a different circuit like Monza.
Also, news: Logan Sargent's going to compete in the European Le Mans Series.
I'm sorry, the what?
Yes.
The European Le Mans Series, basically.
Endurance.
I swear he had tests for IndyCar.
He might have, but to be fair, they do give out. Basically, to be fair, like they do kind of give out IndyCar seats sometimes to basically anybody. Like for the Indy 500.
What, even me?
Like last year and this year, they're putting a NASCAR driver in the Indy 500. That's what McLaren are doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, what the fuck?
Yeah. And
He's doing the legendary thing that no one's ever done before. He wants to win the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600, which are held on the same day as each other.
Only one person tried to do that, actually.
Yeah, he attempted to do it last year, but thanks to a rain delayed Indy 500 and a rain cancelled Coca-Cola 600, he didn't even get a chance.
Yeah. Franco.
And that, my friends, is what we call the skill issue.
Franco is now going to be reserved for Williams for 2025, so there is still a chance.
Yo, who wants to give Albon appendicitis again?
How would it even work?
Yeah.
Actually, how would that even work? Because the only way to get rid of appendicitis is to remove the appendix, which causes appendicitis.
That's You've just caused a recursive loop.
Oops.
And now, I want to ask you guys this question. Where will Joe Guan Yu go?
Joe Guan Yu might go. He scored 100% of kick salvage points this season.
Yes, he did.
It's a sad moment, honestly.
Rest in pepperonis, Joe Guan Yu. You will be duly missed.
Yeah. Wow.
I think if I had to place my bets on it, I think Joe Guan Yu would be going to
Formula E.
Oh,
either Formula E or WEC.
Yeah. So yeah.
I think WEC is the best place to go after you've been either kicked out of F1 or retire from F1, because WEC is more chill.
WEC, IMSA, any
Chill, you say, as they drive for 6 to 24 hours.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though.
I kind of had to point that out.
I mean, yeah, I did try to watch the 24 Hours of Le Mans this year. I didn't end up getting to watch it because my brain decided you will fall asleep.
You don't need to watch the entirety of it, like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that ending with the Ferrari was pretty satisfying. And also, Shell Motorsports completed their Triple Crown.
What now?
Shell Motorsports.
Shell.
Shell, the gas station Shell.
Yes, Shell, which is also a sponsor of the Scuderia Ferrari, who also sponsors the Ferrari team that won on the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and also sponsors a team that won the IndyCar 500.
AF Corsa.
They're kind of the same thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
AF Corsa, that's all I'm saying.
They're both owned by Ferrari, so like I'd imagine they're kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Pretty
Technically
much.
speaking, the owner is Amato Ferrari. If we're talking about
What, in the actual granule?
if I get this correct, we were talking about AF Corsa, right?
Yes.
No. We're talking
We're
about
talking about Shell Motorsport.
and Ferrari's own in-house WEC efforts.
Yeah, I think it is.
I can't wait to have a WEC team. What?
Lewis does that big racing confirmed for the 2026 WEC season.
Nah, no. I'd probably call it vertical.
Oh, but
I don't know.
And that leads me on nicely to the next subject we're meant to be talking about.
A retrospective of this year.
This year's been wild, right?
My opinion about this year is it happened.
Yeah. It was
Certainly a year.
Anyways, me and Lewis agree
One
that
of the years of all time.
the song that was described 24 ways.
I mean, we ended off last year. Basically everything was fine. Everything was normal. We had just launched a brand new channel. We had done a thing. We're not going to describe the thing because we don't really want to remember what happened.
No, I want to remember what happened. I just don't want to remember the people that we were working with.
Not really.
Like, the thing's fine. The people we were working with, not so much, but the thing was fine.
Basically, we came out of last year. We had just finished season 3 of...
No, we were in the middle of season 4 of the No Rules Racing League we were doing. So it was
We were?
Yeah, we were in the middle of season 4. We did a mandated Christmas break.
Yes, and then we got back to racing after the Christmas break.
Yeah.
And then some things happened that weren't exactly great, and I won't get into detail here.
So they happened after the season ended. I more so just wanted to... I left on my own goodwill, because mental health is fun, yay!
Yeah, and then me and Blue soon followed after realizing how bad things were.
So we're talking about that?
We're talking about the
Yeah.
No Rules League.
Oh, yeah. We were treated horribly. That's all we're gonna.
I don't think we have to say anything more than that.
Yeah. It's just.
Besides the point, I mean, the rest of this year was definitely a year. There was chaos. There was completely weird scenarios like the Olympic gunman.
The Olympic gunman?
The gun. Yeah. And.
Olympic gunman.
Oh yeah, I should have mentioned. More people were talking about the Olympic gunman. What about the South Korean person there? They were like the main character.
There was also an assassination of a Boeing person.
Because apparently Boeing whistleblowers, they like to mysteriously go missing.
Yeah, they do. Boeing. You want to explain, buddy? You know, I don't want them to explain. I don't want to die. Let me preface this here. I do not want to die, and I don't know anything legally about the corporation of Boeing.
No,
I accept no legal responsibilities, and any legal responsibility goes to Blue Shell.
We do know. No, we know legally some stuff about Boeing. Their name is Boeing. They're a company. They make planes.
We also
And
know
also
that they're-
tanks.
we also
And-
know that they're we also know that they're based in Renton, Washington.
What?
Happened again, guys.
They're based in the same place as Microsoft?
In Seattle, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, there's a bunch of guys in like the.
Oh yeah, that's Valley, isn't it?
I don't think it is, but it might be somewhere else. I forgot.
Yes, they're based in the same.
Oh, what's the name? I know the last name of it is Valley, but what's the first part?
Isn't it? It's Silicon.
Silicon.
Valley.
Yeah.
Fun fact: there was actually a shortage of silicon.
Anyway, other interesting things that happened this year. Someone tried to recreate the NASCAR wall ride.
What, the one that got the triple overtake done?
Yeah, someone tried to recreate that.
Bro, who in the actual fuck?
Which one was it? It was Christopher Bell, I think. I think.
You think?
Put editor's note on the screen. Check who was fifth in the playoff standings. Check, please tell me.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about this real quick. So, fifth in the playoffs.
Yeah, who got eliminated is fifth place in Martinsville.
Christopher. Where?
Fifth.
Christopher Bell.
Yes, okay, I was right. Yeah, so Christopher Bell tried to do it again, but they banned it after it happened. So quite obviously, he was given a points reduction and was removed from the playoffs.
Which is completely fair. First of all, don't do things that have already been banned. That should be obvious. Second of all, it's America. Need I say more?
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, no, the people of America are, no offense, insane.
And we are not going to go into why, because then we'd have to go into politics, and we really don't want to go into the American politics today.
Fuck no.
All we have to say is the person who was elected is a fucking idiot. Anyways.
We're going to talk about burning bridges.
So yeah.
What else? What else about 2024? That's like.
We had the Olympics. We had.
How did you forget about Lando Norris being Lando Norris?
Oh yeah, Lando Norris was Lando Norris this year.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about Miami because everything's talked about in the Miami Grand Prix as a fake marina.
He went from Lando no wins to Lando
4 wins.
4 wins, I think.
Hold on, how many wins does Lando Norris have?
Yes, Lando 4 wins.
Lando Forest.
Yeah.
I don't know how no one came up with that sooner because his driving
nickname should be Lando Forest because his number is 4 and won 4 races.
Come on.
It's perfect.
Wait, he's got 4 wins.
And his number is 4, yes.
4. Max won 4 titles. How many number 4s are there going to be this year?
Well, there's Lando Norris, there's Lewis Hamilton.
We did the 4th season of that thing.
Oh fuck!
It's the 4th season in a row that I campaign Formula 1, if I'm correct. We're in 2020.
It's also my 2nd season, which 2 times 2 is 4.
It is my 4th season. To be fair, I started
my 4th season.
I kind of started watching in 2020, but I got into it at the 2021 Azerbaijan Grand Prix. That was the first race I watched.
And then
Azerbaijan?
Yeah. I witnessed Matt crashing, and I witnessed Lewis. Lewis's magic.
I actually like Paris first win in a Red Bull. Just saying.
Perez's first win in a Red Bull.
Yeah. 2021, Azerbaijan.
To be fair, he was
Hall
kind
of
of
Fame.
lucky. The other two competitors for the win mutually assured their destruction.
Yeah. Plus, Logan times Logan equals 4. If you know.
Oh,
So what?
Logan's number is 2. 2 times 2 is 4.
So Logan times Logan equals Lando.
2 Logans equal Orlando.
Yes.
Did you know Nico Rosberg held the driver number 6, which is also the same as Nicholas Latifi? Nicholas Latifi would go on to say...
And, we're gonna talk about the number.
Why the headcanon thing? Nico Rosberg was God, and then Latifi was God after him.
Hang on, guys.
Yes.
Let's talk about this now. So Lawson's driving number 30, Behrman 87, Bortoletto 5, Duhan 7, Kimi Antonelli 12, and Isaac Adler is going to become God.
Oh, Christ!
6.
Oh God, the next God is coming.
And his name is Isaac Adler.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and anyone else in the crowd tonight, I think we're all royally screwed.
I think RB is screwed because we're reverting to racing balls.
Welcome to Racing Bulls, the number one racing of the Racing Bulls and the rules of racing.
At least they have a bit more personality in the name, not gonna lie.
Also, we finally don't have to call them V-Carb anymore. Like, what the flibble flat?
The car's still gonna be named V-Carb.
I mean, yeah, but that's just the shortening of their entire name. Visa Cash App Racing Bulls.
Yeah.
And now they've just dropped it to Racing Bulls.
No, their full name is still Visa Cash App Racing Bulls.
Well, we can still... To be fair, they did say at the start of this year not to call them Racing Bulls. What did everyone do anyway?
So everyone called them V-Carb, so now they're going to RB instead. It was RB for a good bit there, and the start of the season was their official. Yeah, I think their official... At the start of the season, their official short name was RB, but then it got changed to V-Carb because RB is stupid when Red Bull's abbreviation is also RB.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot to talk about the theory, Jamo. The theory is that Yuki Tsunoda will go to Aston Martin in 2026, replacing Lance Stroll.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't know how...
Instantly, I don't believe that.
I don't know how much leverage that Honda will have over Aston Martin, but I don't think. But if Stroll's not going to be the one getting out, then I think that he's going to replace Alonso because, and I know we're kind of joking about the fact that Alonso is never going to retire, but let's be honest here. He has said that 2026 is likely to be his final year if he isn't really in a title battle in any shape or form.
Oh, come on, Alonso. Get in a title battle already.
Fernando Alonso, 2025 champion. We chant.
Anyway, well, we're here.
So, yeah.
Let's get on with our next stuff, and we're just going to go in order and talk about our...
Leave me to last.
I'll leave you to last. We'll talk about our Christmas gifts. But I'll start, because I didn't really get that much outside of a couple of big things. So, what did I get first? Okay, so I think the first part of my Christmas shopping was when I went... Yeah, so I went shopping in Galway for some things. The first thing I got was a Hatsune Miku poster, because honestly, it was there, and like I couldn't refuse.
You couldn't refuse, or you didn't want to refuse.
I didn't want to refuse. I just saw it, and
Correct.
I was debating the entire time if I wanted to buy this, and then my mother kind of egged me on to buying it. Even though she tried 4 times to pronounce her name correctly, and she failed all of them.
Tell us how she pronounced it then.
She kind of tried and then failed immediately and then just gave up.
So was it like
Yeah, that type of thing, yeah. Anyway, what did I get next? Oh yeah. So I got one thing I didn't get but I found was
The new headphone wheel.
the board game.
You got a board game?
No, I didn't get it. I found it, but I didn't buy it because it wasn't worth it because it was only the Stig, not any of the hosts of any era, just the Stig. But yeah.
MuffinTimeGame.com.
Stop. So anyway, next up was in the same shop I found the Top Gear board game. I also got this a quote unquote Speed Cube game pack. Now, if you don't know me, I like Rubik's cubes, and this was right up my alley. So this was 3 Rubik's cubes, but they aren't like actual like cubes like a 2x2 or like anything like that. Only one of them is an actual one you can take to like a speed cubing event. So like only one of them is. So
I've seen him solve a regular Rubik's cube. I don't even know where to begin.
okay, so I 3 cubes, but one of them isn't even a cube. But 2 of them actually aren't even a cube. But I'll get on. So firstly, we have the Pyraminx, which is a pyramid. It's
Yes.
quite simple. It's quite simple, really.
Yeah. And then you got the Penrose cube.
The Penrose cube, which is this weird. It's basically
We'll
just.
show it on. Okay,
It's
Jamo.
yeah, like we'll show pictures of all the gifts we got.
Yeah. That was kind of my.
We'll do that on the video version. If I rebadge this podcast on like Spotify or something, you don't have the context. Fuck you. But
for context, he's pulling something out of a box.
you can't even see my camera. I'm not even putting it out of a box. It's on my desk right now.
Never mind, viewers. He's got it on his desk already. Not viewers, you'd be listeners.
Yes.
I'm so used to saying viewers that it's just stuck in my head.
Like, you're too used to the college.
I'm too used to the YouTube.
Alright, anyway. So yeah, if you're on the YouTube version of this podcast, you can see the Penrose cube, which is this weird sort of rebadged version of a 3x3. But it's...
Yeah, and every single gift, by the way, that we got, at least most of them.
Yeah,
Anyway.
we'll send pictures to the video editor, whoever that will be. But probably Lewis, because Blue and Mine's computers are stupid idiots who don't want to work half the time. But
they used to work nearly all the time until one of them decided, no, I'm just gonna have a random graphical failure and leave you on your toes wondering when the next one will be. And the other one decided, I haven't got enough RAM to do your activities, so instead I'll just make CapCut stop working.
And then, how about we just kill the battery?
Let's get back to the Penrose cube. So the Penrose cube, it's basically a 3x3, but it looks like it has 3 sides. So the corners, the like sharp corners, they're literally duplicated. There's literally 2 of them, and then all the edge pieces there's 3 of each type of edge piece.
Wow.
So you really need to remember that when you're scrambling and just put pieces in, expecting it to solve. So that's the pyramid.
Sorry, are you doing a Rubik's Cube tutorial?
Would you guys like to see that?
Because in order to explain how to solve the Penrose cube, I first have to explain how to solve a regular cube, and I'm not doing that.
I don't even know Rubik's Cube.
Hey, if you're watching this YouTube, 100 likes and... No, I'm kidding.
No, I'll send awesome. Anyway, The last cube I got is the worst one because it's not only stupidly easy, at least if you know how to solve a 3x3, but it's also super clunky to move, and it locks up literally like 90% of the time. So it's called the barrel cube, and you can see on the picture, each of the layers has the same color all around, which basically makes this one of the easiest puzzles. But obviously you do need to know some of the steps to solving a 3x3. The cross, the corners, the edges, and then orienting the top pieces. But if you know those, this is basically a piece of cake, and you're basically skipping a bunch of the last couple of steps where you're orienting the top layer. And also you just kind of have to find. It's very easy. The biggest challenge I've had is making sure that the middle centers are actually like aligned properly, because there's two orientations they could be in. Usually on a normal Rubik's Cube, the orientations don't matter because on every side the cube just looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the case where it does matter. So yeah, that's just something to know. And then the last thing I got in Galway was another Rubik's Cube related thing. I'm just trying to find one half of it, but basically I got a next cube 3x3 and 2x2 combo set. So you get a 3x3 Rubik's Cube and a 2x2 Rubik's Cube. And then made by Next Cube, which I believe was the brand that made that made the cube that was used in the world record attempt, I think it was. So
Interesting.
It's fast. Where did I leave the 3x3? I have the 2x2 on my desk, but I don't know where the 3x3 went.
Let's wait a bit.
Please insert your cash or select payment type.
Have you used your Value Club card?
Thanks for shopping at Dunn's.
Just have to look at the top of my bed. I have to jump.
The noises are noises.
The noises, they're coming. The noises are
To be
getting
fair,
loud.
the noises are coming.
Oh, there it is!
Oh Lord, he coming.
It's next to my deodorant.
John's character seems to have next to deodorant a Rubik's Cube.
Best news. Technically, my deodorant's next to my karaoke machine that I got one year for Christmas and never used. Sometimes we use it as just basically a big speaker.
Didn't you send me a video of you singing to your family with a SingStar disc? And it was like New Year's Eve or something.
First of all, it was Our House by Madness.
Our house. In the middle of our street. Our house.
And
We will occasionally break into song.
something that I did notice when I first tried out these Rubik's Cubes on Christmas Day, they are, like, I've never used the Speed Cube before. I've used Rubik's brand cubes. This is fast. This is a fast, but it also feels like it's going to explode any second.
But it won't because it's built not to explode, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So that was everything that I got in Galway, and the rest of my budget I spent on a couple things. First was a couple of games. Firstly was Wreckfest on the PS5.
Because of the stream you did yesterday, as of this recording.
No, it wasn't because of that. It was just because I wanted to fucking play the game. It was originally, it used to be on the PS Plus game catalog, but then they removed it, so I had to go out of my way to buy it, and it was a purchase worth it, in my opinion. And then the next one I got was Need for Speed Pro Street.
Need for what?
Need for Speed Pro Street.
Need for Speed
Grove Street on the Xbox
Pro
360.
Street.
Yes.
There was a Need for Speed game for the Xbox 360?
Yes. Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
So yeah, I got that mainly because it has Modelo Park in it.
No way, guys. Irish racing.
Yes. Anyway, the last thing I got out of that budget was two things. Firstly, a Nintendo GameCube controller.
A Nintendo GameCube. Oh yeah, you were talking about that the other day.
Yeah, I have it plugged into my Wii right now. The Nintendo Wii isn't plugged in, but I'll plug it in eventually and I'll play something with it eventually when I can actually get a game for it. Because I didn't actually get a game for the Nintendo GameCube while I was there. And the other thing I got, and the last thing I got, was a GameCube memory card for GameCube games because I can't play GameCube games without a GameCube memory card. I could try, but
I love the menu sounds for the GameCube, by the way.
da-ding, 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 da-ding. Anyway, I'm not done. Now I need to talk about what I got for Christmas Day. I got a set of headphones.
Ooh.
Which hopefully next episode.
Next episode I'll use them, probably. If I remember. And then I got, what was it? Oh yeah. It's always a tradition that for Christmas.
Because
I get the latest copy of the Guinness World Records book.
And
when did this tradition exactly start?
2018.
Do you have the 2018 book with you?
No, I have the 2019 book. They released the year. The 2019 book released in 2018, the 2020 book released in 2019, so on, so on. I have the 2025 book in my hands.
Oh. Who set a world record in 2024 then?
Let's look. It's time for an intermission.
Look in an area.
Let's look at any. Actually, Jamo, could you check if there's any
games? That's the thing we know about mostly.
Is there any F1?
Hang on. Give me 2 seconds. Oh my god, yoga poses?
Do you have ADHD, Jamo?
No, I don't. I was just trying to make a funny joke. I'm still looking.
Fair.
It's arts and entertainment, isn't it? No?
No. Nigel Mansell.
Oh, 200. Page 200. That's where it is.
If you have the Guinness book.
So apparently, looking at it here. First player to reach Tetris kill screen. Because of course.
Of course, you were looking for the Tetris.
On the 21st of December 2023, Blue Scooty, aka Willis Gibson, USA, reached 157 of the classic NES puzzler, triggering a kill screen, i.e. the point at which the game crashes. The 13-year-old played for 38 minutes, racking up 6,850,560 points before the game froze. Skills such as hyper tapping and rolling have allowed games to go far beyond level 29, foot-long fart speed Tetris' upper limit.
Well, I'll be damned.
You also have the largest Game Boy Color. The first dog to complete a video game speed run.
But what?
Yes, that is a real record. The first dog to complete a video game speed run on the 13th of July.
How?
using his paws to press oversized buttons on a custom controller.
What? What game?
Gyromite on the NES.
That thing?
Exactly, it's exactly how it works. Don't worry.
What in the utter scuttle brain Donnelly?
Ran out of things to speak of.
What's in the name of the holy British tea?
What a tea! Give us your country.
I don't know why the Britons like stealing countries.
Okay, so that was the Guinness World Records book. Yeah. Then I got chess. I got a chessboard.
Got chess?
I got a chessboard.
And who did you play against?
No one. I haven't played it. I haven't even opened it.
So you have a chessboard that you can't even use.
There's always a gift I get on Christmas that's literally like I literally open once, I like, and I close it and I never play it again. This is likely that gift.
Is there anything else?
Yes.
Outside of the obvious, I don't think so. So I think I'm going to go to the obvious. I got a Nintendo Switch OLED pre-bundle.
Is that why you've been playing Nintendo Switch games lately?
Yes, exactly.
I thought you'd fix your old Nintendo Switch.
No. That thing's 7 years old now.
Jesus Christ.
That's how old it is. It's 7 years old.
Jesus Christ.
No
Lord of the
wonder,
Rings.
no wonder they're releasing the successor next year, but I don't really care about
7 years old. Say that to my 7 years old, really? I have a 16.
He cut off, but what he's trying to say is I have a 16-year-old computer. But yeah, the reason why I was prohibiting a lot of things was actually because a lot of it was related to me getting the Switch OLED. I got, along with it, the OLED itself came bundled with a pre-installed copy of Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Nice.
And then I also got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because I don't know how I didn't have the game yet. And then I also got, from one of my cousins, I got a 25 euros Nintendo eShop gift card for the thing. And then I also got a carrying case, which also came with a screen protector. So that's neat.
Maybe next Christmas you should ask for a gaming laptop.
Probably should, to be honest. Long overdue.
I mean, it's been on your thoughts for quite a while now.
Yeah, ever since like 2023. Since like I have to deal with a Chromebook and a shitty laptop, so I definitely need something.
I mean, yeah, and the Chromebook is your school book.
Yes, the Chromebook's meant for my schoolwork, but it was like
Yeah.
I had no other way to do other stuff, other products.
In fact, on your new laptop, you can't even run Discord.
No, I can run Discord, I just can't run voice call.
Otherwise, your computer goes...
And it barely can play Trackmania Nations Forever, a game made for Windows XP and Windows Vista.
That is out.
That's how you know this.
So guys, so here's an important tip. Don't buy a Chrome.
We're not talking about the Chromebook, we're talking about the computer.
So, here's a word.
Don't buy an old Acer laptop from a shady guy on Facebook.
Firstly, it's not Acer, it's HP. Secondly, I think my school gave this to my sister when she was in there because of COVID. So
And then they never took it back?
I presume not, probably because they kind of needed it for productivity during the pandemic and other things like that.
Mm. Well, I guess you got a free laptop.
Kinda, yeah. No one else uses it, so I might as well. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Let's move swiftly on to
All right, well, Blue Shell, you can go next.
No, I'm talking about, because I'm not talking about the literal mountain worth of deodorant I got, because obviously, like, that's a given. I also got shower gel. I got express shower gel links.
Jamo, just curious, not to be rude or anything, but how many times do you shower?
Once a week.
That explains a lot then.
Why?
That was a violation.
Bro.
I didn't mean for it to be a violation. I literally said before I said it, no offense.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. No offense, you're a fucking idiot.
Well, I mean, it's true, but...
Okay.
I'm not afraid to admit I'm an idiot.
Okay, Lewis, Blue wants to go last, so you're going next.
I don't want to be second.
Mate, I have a huge tangent prepared, okay?
Fine, I'll go next. So, I'm gonna get the main thing out of the way, which is I have a massive sim rig, which also has a side tangent attached to it. Track Racer, where the fuck is my seat bracket? Listen, right? It's Christmas Day. I open up my Track Racer simulator and I'm like, oh my god, yes, Mama and Dad. And I got what I wanted. And then my dad and me come to building it. Halfway through, we find out that we only have the brackets for the bucket seat. I have the recliner seat because of my height. And it was the most annoying thing ever because we were also missing the Vaser mount and the one for the Moser, which I also got, by the way. So we ended up having to email them. But here's the thing that really grinds my fucking gears. Track Racer support is in Australia. I have to wait till 2:45 in the morning to get a response from them. 2:45! It's ridiculous! Oh yeah, and I also got a monitor that will go along with the sim rig.
But still!
And now for the little gifts. Now for the little gifts, I got some chocolate.
No, wait.
Can I just explain to people what you mean by sim rig? What he basically means is he's gotten a simulator, a racing simulator, a seat, a steering wheel, so he can properly drive an F1 car into a wall and feel like he's hit a wall.
Into the World Champions. That's more.
Yes.
No offense.
Championship.
Champion team.
Ding.
Damn, yours just cut right.
Anyways, I did get some chocolate. I also got a photo of Lando Norris's 2021 car for some reason. What else was it? Can't remember off the top of my head, but I think that's pretty much it. And now on to Christmas traditions. I have two in my family.
Hang on.
You talked about your tradition during your gifts, so I may as well.
No, you forgot one tradition.
And also, we entirely skipped Blue as well. So
no. What? No.
Jamo, during your gift, you said, "Oh, this is a tradition me and my family do every year."
Yeah. But, so say the other. Say what? Yeah. Fuck it. Let's smash up two topics because our next time was supposed to be Christmas tradition. So why don't we just integrate both in the same one?
Yeah. Well,
yes.
Again, because I didn't talk about any other traditions my family has.
You had more?
Yes. It's not just gift.
Right, I guess we're not merging them together. Blue Shell, you do your gifts now.
So I got scammed off some bracelets.
Some bracelets.
Oh boy, here we go.
Technically.
I'm just gonna
See,
scrapple and solve the pendants.
Quickly!
so I ordered 5. So I saw an ad for 5 bracelets with a cross. Each all of them with a cross. I got like 3 bracelets with a white cross. 1 bracelet.
May you explain why you'd want one with a white cloth?
Because it's cool. It's a cool scheme. It's the main color scheme I have, was like sky blue and white. It's literally a string with a plastic cross. So, they advertise all the pictures with the cross. So I got 3 of those. 1 that's dark blue and 1 that's green. When they came, the dark blue and the 3 bracelets, the first ones were sky blue and white. They came with a cross. The other 2, they didn't come with a cross. They didn't say that the cross was optional. It was €6.30.
God.
So you know I'm angry. So yeah, alert. I'll send a day again to their Instagram page. But at the end of the day, I'm just supporting the feast of my the word of the place I vacation in. So, it's not as bad as Lewis.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Well, Lewis, you hear that?
I didn't want to win.
You managed to have the biggest thing to yell about.
Yeah, but listen,
In fact, what makes it worse is actually it wasn't even just some missing parts. It was an entire box of parts that was missing. I forgot to mention that. We had only been given 3 boxes by the shipping company, and they said they were waiting on the 4th box from Track Racer. That's odd. And we're still waiting a reply because the port doesn't open till Monday morning at 2:45 a.m. I'm going to throw someone into a chair.
Throw someone in the ship.
Bro,
Okay.
whoever is awake at 2:45, please call me so I can go wake up my father so we can talk in time with the agents over in Australia.
Yeah, I might be awake to like 3 a.m. So maybe I'm able to I'm gonna literally call you. I'm
going to be like, hey, Lewis, good morning. It's time to go to Track Racer and tell them about the stupid activities they've been doing.
Yes, I'm just gonna go. You don't need to pick up. I'm just gonna go. And then, like, if you do join, I'm gonna say, go to Track Racer. That's all.
Oh, by the way, for context viewers, it's currently the 29th of December as we record this. So by then, Blue Shell would have already woken me up, and I either have solved the problem or I'm about to lose it and throw someone's head into a brick wall.
On the edits, just place the results. Just show the results.
I'm probably going to cut in and start putting my own dialogue in, like, hey, this is edited Lewis. This is what happened. This is what else happened. And then I'm going to murder someone with a brick wall.
So yeah, now let's talk about Christmas traditions. Oh boy.
Christmas traditions. Jamo, you start since you started us last time.
Okay, sure. So one interesting thing we do is one of the gifts we usually open on Christmas Eve.
What was this year's gift?
Well, what ended up happening was my mother has been so busy. She didn't have a chance to start wrapping all the gifts up until the night of Christmas Eve, and she was awake.
Okay, my mum was in the same situation.
She was awake until like 5 to 6, wrapping up everything.
Ooh, not the same situation.
Your mother is a warrior.
Can we all
Yeah.
get? Can we get respect? Can we all get a round of applause for my mother?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the
I
most.
am wrong with talking, but here's the thing: my noise suppression is on.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Anyway,
Repeat. Let's give a round of applause to all the mothers who stay up until 4, 5 a.m. just to wrap presents and take care of your kids. Come on. Come on.
same standing ovation we gave to Guan Yu Zhou for scoring points in Qatar.
Let's give
Anyway,
it up for Spidey Joe.
another interesting thing we do is our Christmas dessert is it's always been jelly and ice cream bowl.
But sometimes
Ice cream in winter. I can agree with that. Ice cream is best in the winter. I've said it.
And do you know who agrees
Ice
with you?
cream.
Do you know who agrees with you?
Who?
All of the Nordic countries.
I'm right though. Ice cream is better in winter because in summer it just melts instantly. But in winter you can have it for as long as you want. Frappers too. Frappers.
no opinion.
Golden opinion. Goaded.
Yeah. And yeah, there's way more traditions in your family, Jamo.
I'm gonna give one more, which isn't usually a Christmas Day tradition, but it's a St. Stephen's Day tradition.
Also, you did it on Boxing Day.
On the trace day. St. Stephen's Day is the like normal name. But basically, anything that wasn't eaten during the Christmas dinner, we make into a curry.
Oh, that sounds nice actually.
I don't eat it because I'm not really a fan of that type of thing. But I do know people that do eat it. They like they've done that now for a couple of years, and I've heard it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you usually have turkey at Christmas?
Oh yeah, we usually do. It doesn't look.
Oh, actually,
doesn't look like you think.
Actually, I think it's common around the street that we all have turkey at Christmas Day.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I disagree with that. It always changes in my house per Christmas because here's the plain and simple thing: we can never decide it until 5 days before Christmas. We always decide like a month and like, oh, we're going to have gammon or beef Wellington. And then 5 days before, or after like a month's worth of changes, we finally say we're going to have turkey, or we're going to have chicken, or we're going to have gammon. Because last year we had lamb. And because we wanted chicken, but the thing is, the chickens decided to go on strike.
There was a chicken shortage, is what you're trying to say.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Since we've already told, continue with your traditions.
So we have two traditions, exactly two of them, because I can't think of anything else. One of them is one of my gifts will always be a Monopoly that we play on Christmas Day. That tradition was recently broken.
No!
What ended up happening was it got too late in the day, my mum and dad were tired, so we ended up playing it on Boxing Day instead.
You know what? At least you tried. All right, we
At least we tried. But last year, it was on Christmas Day, no problems.
What version of Monopoly did you get this year to play?
Oh, it was a new one where you had to slide the tokens across the board. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a really interesting and it was actually really simplified game.
Is it based on the mobile version?
What?
Is it based on the Monopoly mobile game called Monopoly Go?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, it was basically like sliding stuff across the table, and we definitely needed a bigger table. But if it works, it works. That's my motto. And the second edition is, and some people would definitely agree with me when I say this, it's a British thing, that's for sure. We always watch Gavin and Stacey at Christmas. It is a Christmas tradition we have kept up since I have been able to remember.
So is that why they aired the finale on Christmas Day then?
Yeah, it's a British tradition for a lot of people in the UK.
I mean,
the finale really upset me because it left me with a lot of lot of questions instead of answers.
Spoiler!
I'm not going to put in spoilers. All I'm saying is that it left me with a lot of questions than answers.
I think another Christmas tradition on the BBC is if there is one available, a new Wallace and Gromit special, and
Doctor Who Christmas special. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, Doctor Who, and C, someone dies in EastEnders.
I didn't watch EastEnders.
Yeah, but
I did watch the Wallace and Gromit one, and I did watch the Doctor Who one. The Doctor Who one was weird.
Yeah.
Like, I think people have had enough time to watch it. It was strange. I will certainly say that it was strange and stare interest. That is very interesting in German, by the way.
Okay, I think that's it now. So we're gonna go to blue.
All right. So in my family, traditions. First of all, we have my country in Portugal. We have one tradition that is like, I'm going to say a few traditions here. So first of all, always on Christmas Day we have turkey. However, on Christmas Eve we have cod.
What?
Codfish, yes. So
I like a good haddock. I like a good cod, but cod before Christmas?
On Christmas Eve, yeah.
It's the cod before Christmas, all over the house.
Yeah. And then, like, I believe on Boxing Day we do. I don't know if on Boxing Day we don't do anything Boxing Day. We don't celebrate Boxing Day. I think the only person who celebrates Boxing Day here is Lewis.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, what do you do on Boxing Day, actually?
It's nothing really interesting. Some shops are open, some shops are still closed, ready for reopening tomorrow. The context of
what they do on Boxing Day is they box. They got two people on the stream that box.
Actually, no. There's a few different things you can do on a Boxing Day. You can go to the seaside. You can go for a walk. You can do a Boxing Day swim, which, first of all, if any one of you did a Boxing Day swim, I commend you with full effort there, because I am not getting in the cold British water. Fuck no.
We have something similar.
Or you could watch Lewis' Bane of Existence.
Yeah, actually, why not? Before I say
But Bull follows the day.
Yeah.
No, you can watch Lewis's Bane of Existence. Football, yeah.
Yeah, but
no, I'm done. Football mentioned, I'm out. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
No!
Come
back.
And this is why we'll almost never mention football on the Lemon Jelly podcast. You're welcome.
You're not here?
Is he not here? Lewis, yeah.
You don't want to say Spain. Okay. Okay, so we have the tradition of cod. We also have the tradition every 1st of December. You have to put your Christmas tree up on the 1st of December.
Why? You'll have to take it down in 31 days.
We only take it down on the 6th of January.
6th?
I heard one guy on the radio one time. He got. It was one day on.
Why is it? It's the Three Kings. It's King's Day.
I think I just heard Jamo's brain cells come to a full stop.
Yeah, hang on. So.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
So,
Shit.
I heard one day on the radio that a guy had his Christmas tree up until March because he really couldn't be bothered putting it down.
Motherfucker, what?
He really didn't. He really did not want to bother taking down the tree, so he just kept it up until March. And he was like, "Okay, I really have to."
Time day passes after that point. Steve, New Year's Day, you had so much time, and then you just decided, nah, I'm just gonna get rid of it in March.
It happens.
I don't even know anymore. I can't. Yeah.
Okay. May I continue?
Yes.
It is always tradition. Is it tradition for you guys to open like most of your, all of, if not most, of your gifts at midnight on the 25th?
No.
No.
It's
different. It's different depending on the family here. Sometimes they do. Some people in this country do kids in the morning, adults in the afternoon. Some people in this country do all gifts in the morning or all gifts in the afternoon. But I've never heard of a family who's done their gifts near midnight. Because first of all, that is the time for sleepy bye-byes. Not getting up and unwrapping your presents. That's for sleepy bye-byes.
Sleepy bye-byes. No, we do that. Most of the families I know, like,
sleepy bye-byes.
But no, in the midnight from the 24th to 25th, in terms of 5th, we do open the presents. Until recently, like in 2018 up until 2018, from that point onwards, we just didn't care.
Pick a card, any card.
The bingo bongo bingo, dickity do top. Anyways, another tradition we always and it's in 5 days, I think. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and the 6th of January, there's King's Day. We always eat this cake with crystallized fruits.
With a crystal, that just sounds like a fruit cake.
Exactly. It's making.
Just say icing.
No,
it's icing.
It is not icing. It is
then
not.
What is it? What's in sugar? Sugar is crystals.
Hang on, are you saying icing goes in the cake?
Yes. Wait, what?
And the icing goes on the cake.
Guys. Please.
That is not any fruitcake I have ever seen in my life. What in the actual fuck is that? That is cake that has been mashed by the baker with fruit on top, then powder coated in sugar.
Here's a better picture of a better looking one.
I've never heard someone just unironically just say powder coated in sugar.
Powder coated in sugar.
Here's a better one.
Powder coating is when you paint metal.
Yes, but you still do the same thing. What do you think powdered sugar comes from?
What?
Sugar, which has been turned finely into a powder. And when you powder coat something in baking, you're shaking a sieve filled with the sugar onto your baked good and having a delicious Christmas.
But we also have like a bunch of tools. Like we eat this cake. We eat also a Christmas log, which is just a fucking
a Yule log.
Is that what you guys call it? That?
Yeah, that's what it's known all year round.
A Yule log?
Yes, a Yule log.
Yes.
A cake at steak. Sorry, I'm
Yes.
going crazy again.
We eat Yule log for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So yeah. It's Christmas. We have this Christmas. But there's also, I think there's actually, you can just search
The
up.
Dare Skywalk.
I think there's more. Like, there's always the main in the morning, right? There's always like in Christmas Eve. There's always this like. I think Liz forgot to mention this, that there's always the King's speech.
Yeah, but we're talking about family traditions.
Yeah. So family. So if we're talking about family, it's tradition. And it's also tradition we watch Home Alone on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Home Alone.
Yes.
Honestly, I can get behind that.
Yeah. And
I do have to admit something. I've never watched Home Alone.
What? What? I can't believe you, Lewis!
I've watched the ever slight clips of it, but I have never watched the film in its entirety.
You know what? That's it. I'm making you watch Home Alone. It's a double.
Every time I say something I haven't watched, either of you have said, "Oh, we are watching this," and I'm like, "No, come on, I'll watch it in my own time."
Yeah, fair enough.
That reminds me of this one fucking Vine that was going like, I've never seen a Goofy movie. What the fuck is you? I just get someone watch right now, bitch. What the? I thought we were friends.
I mean, I remember. I always.
I think that like every time that happened, that entire conversation just reminded me of that one Vine.
This year, we did it different. We actually watched Home Alone, the two worst Home Alone 3 and 2 on Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas Day we watched Home Alone 3 and Home Alone 4 public television. That we had to find a cable channel for Home Alone 2 and Home Alone 1. And sometimes we had like I think it's what. Give me a moment. I think sometimes we also all get together and watch this 2000 Love Actually. I think that's the name. I don't know if that's the actual name. Yeah, it's Love Actually. That's the name of the film. We also watched that Christmas Day.
Alright, yeah. So is that all our things, or are we done now?
Do you got I guess
Do you have anything to talk about?
that's all our traditions. But now I want to ask you guys, do you have any like New Year's Eve, New Year's Day traditions? Share?
Hang on, Lewis, you go first. I actually can't go first.
No, not really.
No, really.
Other than we have a charcuterie board every time.
Oh, that's...
Like we have a bunch of party food and then we eat it and then we celebrate New Year's.
Oh,
in fact, actually, I have a story about our New Year's that I may as well get out of the way. It's New Year's Eve of 2023. Me and my family had booked to go to the F1 sim race known as F1. You get the point, right? But it was a New Year's Eve party. What we didn't know at the time is people that were under 18 were not allowed in to F1 on after 5 o'clock, which is when this New Year's Eve party will be taking place. So we got there. We lined up in the queue. I was getting ready to just enjoy the time, but then we get there and he says it to us, And then we go to a service station so we can grab some drinks before heading home. And I look at my mother and my father, and I'm like, this is kind of my fault. It was not a very good day for me. But we ended up staying up till it went bing bong, bing bong.
Add it to Lewis if you want. You can put the video that you sent us.
Oh yeah, I did send you a video, didn't I?
Oh, I think you did. Yeah, put
Anyway,
it on screen.
Anyway, I don't really have any New Year's Eve, New Year's Day traditions, so I'm just going to explain another funny story. So originally, for one Christmas in 2022, I had gotten a hyperfixation into a PlayStation game series called SingStar.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah, you both
I know where this is going.
Karaoke. You guys did karaoke.
Yeah, so we had that idea. So I just ended up that Christmas. I ended up stockpiling a bunch of SingStar games.
Yeah. And
turns out my dad got me SingStar ABBA, which I didn't even know he was getting.
Oh. And then
After that, you started singing "In the Middle of Our Street, Our House."
I kind of had a bit of a nervous breakdown on Christmas, so we ended up not doing it on Christmas because I was the only one who actually knew how to fucking do things properly. But
instead New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we instead did it on New Year's Day. It was New Year's Day because I started setting it up after the Bing Bong Bing.
Bing Bong.
But yeah, so the two highlights were my cousin singing a version of Stacey's Mom that went I don't even want to say it.
Say it.
No.
You can't force someone to say something they don't want to say.
Send it to me in DMs.
No. But yeah, you get the idea. That was one highlight. The other highlight was me singing Our House by Madness.
Yeah, which
she sent me a video of that happening, and the first comment I said to him is he looked like a drunk man.
And then Jamo tells me that everyone was drunk.
The person filming that video was my dad, who was drunk.
And then Jamo calls me and tells me, "Oh, everyone's drunk."
I'm gonna scroll up and find it.
Yeah, I think did Jamo actually have a that?
He sent it to me specifically.
Oh, I need to see. I want this.
I think
In the middle of our street, our house.
You were asking about the footage.
Sorry, I was scrolling through our message history and I just saw something very suspicious from Dark Eco Twoogle. I'm not giving any more context than that.
Why are we even mentioning this on the fucking Lemon Jelly podcast?
I found it!
Oh,
I found drunken Jamo!
No, we found drunk
Jamo.
Dad singing Jamo singing in our house.
Yeah.
Our house. In the middle of our street.
Oh my god.
My sisters, both of my sisters performed Mamma Mia by ABBA.
Oh. And everyone else was drunk.
Yeah. And I think someone sang.
I think you said in that story that your neighbours complained at you for it.
I don't think it was my neighbours. I think it was that happened a different day. That happened on my brother's 21st, though. On my brother's 21st, we did get noise complaints, and the police got called.
Oh.
Oh my god, the police got called.
Police to tell us to shut up.
He's old enough to drink. Then the noise complaint.
Anyway, is that it? I hope that's it. We've been going for basically 2 hours now.
I mean, I still have. I think I don't really have any New Year's Eve. I already said that we had eat the king cake and shit. And midnight. It's been tradition since 2015. We get confetti cannons, but
Confetti cannons.
Yes, since
Like,
2015.
Has it ever went like the pre-race conference at the 2021 United States Grand Prix where Sebastian Vettel tried to blow the party popper, but it went the other direction?
Well,
Bro, no, something funny. So I believe it was like when into 2020 or 2021. We tried popping it, and no one was able. So we instead just got a car key and just punched the top of the cannon, and we just threw it like a flick stick.
Why?
Like, yeah, it has always been. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is that it? Is that it? Fully, is that it?
I think it was a nice, sweet 2 hours.
yeah.
No, it was a nice 2 hours. I think, well, yeah, let's wrap this up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Lewis Does Everything.
I have been Blue Show.
And I have been Jamo62. Thank you so much for watching the first edition of the Lemon Jelly podcast. Next time, where
James May will be joining us to talk about his cheese sandwiches.
Jimbo will be skimming something, actually. And we don't know, because 4 of them are killers. Well,
we don't know.
I don't know. We played Golden
But
Ball.
don't trust stock alerts. Use your clock alerts, or else you'll regret it to let.
That's his shameless quote.
I stole it.
I'm right that you let me say it. Absolute idiots.
Yeah. Before you say it, just want to wish, because it's getting up on the hopefully on the 3rd of January, a very, very happy New Year. And hope 2025 concretizes everything you wish for.
So, see you next time. Goodbye.